Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin Williams. I ride for the Specialized Rocket Espresso team. The first scene is me going across to a break. Stefan is waiting at the back, not pulling through, saving energy, and waiting for us to reshuffle. The next scene is like just kind of it getting a little hairy. Number 13 is riding really aggressive. I definitely don't want to be behind him, so as soon as the race slows up a little bit, I make my way around him and try to get back to the front. This is probably the furthest back I've been on a race, and I didn't like the position that I was in. So I'm just trying to ride good position and figure out the course, figure out where the momentum is, figure out the guys I want to be around and who I don't want to be around. And then we get into the mid-race preem. And we have all the guys up here. I don't really know what the plan is for this point. I'm not interested in going for the mid-race preem, but Stefan and Iman are in position. So whatever happens there, they work it out, and Stefan ends up lining it up and getting the mid-race preem. So that was like really cool. At this point, you can see how much faster the race gets. It's just like full tilt. The barriers are flying by fast. I'm looking 3 guys ahead of me and making sure that nothing crazy is happening, and just waiting for the preem to be over so that we can reshuffle and I can get ready to either follow an attack or most likely tell Alec to follow the counter that is going to come. And it comes. Obviously it comes. We have 2 guys in it, but I just have good momentum. There's Stefan coming backwards after doing a great job of getting that preem. But yeah, on the track bikes it's crazy because you have so much momentum. Like when an attack goes, like you don't have to put a ton more effort in to getting the bike up to speed. So when the attack goes, you just kind of like follow it and use your momentum if you're better at certain corners, you can just follow the wheel. So it's like a really unique aspect about track crits that makes the racing so much more technical, and then you got to be on your A game the whole time. And then right here, a guy comes, a couple guys come under me. A guy crashes on the outside, and I don't know what to do because there's nowhere to go in that situation. Luckily, the guy that comes under me pulls right, and I have a little bit of space to kind of shoot the gap. But in this kind of racing, that's kind of hard. You always hear sorries, but when you dive under like that and a crash happens, you don't have anywhere to go. So again, here we are getting to the front. It's starting to rain, and a lot of the times when it starts to rain, you want to be at the front. You want to use whatever energy you have to put yourself in a position to where you're using your energy to hold the wheel and stay at the front of the race and not fighting with guys in and out of corners. So it's crazy. We talked about it in the beginning in the pre-race meeting, and we're going to meet up at the front with about 10 laps to go, and very rarely does a plan go exactly how you want it to go. And yeah, I'm actually surprised they let us ride at the front. Some guy goes, and Gus made it a point that if anything goes within those 10 laps, he was just going to chase it down. He's such an amazing athlete. For him to come here and just rip this, it's really impressive. So we get a little bit separated. And Alec is getting us back to where we need to be. And at this point, it's really coming down. And then the guy dives on the inside, and I actually flicked that guy really hard. There's a shot out there somewhere where he comes up on the inside of us, and I just flick him. But yeah, now it's getting a little bit choppy. Everybody wants to be at the front because it's raining so hard. People are trying to demand respect. We're trying to hold the front and control the speed, and at the same time keep people in. We're trying to ride fast enough where the people behind us don't want to move. They're comfortable, and people are not fighting them, and in turn, they're not fighting us. So we're just like trying to find that speed where we can hold the front of the race and not be bothered, but we could hold it for until the end of the race. And at this point, it's like really coming down, man. Like I'm a little bit scared. I have never been in this position before. Now you're sliding into the corners a little bit more. I ran 80 psi in the front, 85 in the back. And I'm still good. I'm pushing a little bit to see where the limit is, but I haven't found it yet. So I'm just like going for it. I'm like, at some point I just got to commit. The guys are committed. I'm not going to worry about it. And I just completely disregard the tire pressure. I just put full faith into my Specialized tires, and I'm going for it. So at this point, we're coming into 3 laps to go, and there's a little bit of fighting going on. Evan is in front of me, which is a great wheel. I don't mind him being in front of me. Obviously, I want to be with my teammates, and they expect me to be behind them, but I'm going to make it back to the wheel eventually. It's just not a good part of the course to use the energy to move up. So I'm just buying my time and waiting to use some momentum to get past him to get back to my teammates, and that happens pretty quickly. I'm out of this corner. I just line them up and ride around them. We're fully committed to the sprint at this point. And then now we're into one lap to go. Stefan's still on the front. Alec kind of rides wide to see who's where and what's going on behind us, and then he slides right back in front of me. We slide into this corner because Stefan's still going so fast. My teammates have inspired me to just give it everything that I have at this point. So I'm riding again, fast lines. I take this corner perfect, and I had been having trouble with it all night. I get it right, and that motivates me. I yell up. You know, Stefan accelerates again, which is impressive. And then we just, exactly how we planned it out. Stefan moves to the right, Alec goes left. He doesn't accelerate crazy hard, which he doesn't have to because no one's fighting me. It's raining. We're still going pretty fast. He leaves room on the outside for me to get in. We take the corner perfectly, and he accelerates out. In my head, you know, in road racing, you typically want to give a little bit of room, and I'm waiting for the drag race. But it's just a different situation. When I jump, I run up on him faster than I thought I was, and I hesitate for a second. And by hesitating, I just allow the people behind me to get on top of their gear, and that's pretty much what happened. Just a little bit of hesitation. I had decent legs. I had good legs. I should have won the race. I felt like I had the legs to win the race, but at the end of the day, like, these guys are so good and so talented, man. Like, much respect for, you know, the guy, all the top riders in this. It's really hard, and it adds like such a different aspect to racing. It's not only about how fast you are. It's not about how much you can corner. It's not about your fitness. It's about combining every one of those things and being a complete racer, and that's the best part about the Red Hook Race.
Oh, so good, man.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's still good. You were
Yeah.
So, last lap, you go into it sitting third wheel.
Thank you. Yeah, came into it in third wheel. Alec just milked him perfectly. And Alec took me into the bottom corner. No one fought us. Came out of the corner. I gave him like 3 bike lengths. And then I ran up on him faster than I thought I would.
Yeah.
So then I kind of hesitated, and that's like the little mistake that I'm talking about. I should have just used full momentum, came over the top, pushed all the way right to the barriers, and I left the door open, and that's just like a rookie mistake, man. I never do that. So